Now we have sad news from the world of entertainment. American media is reporting that legendary actress, director, and producer Diane Keaton has died at the age of 79.
Diane Keaton was more than a beloved actress. She was a cultural icon whose work shaped modern cinema and fashion. Known for her quirky style and unforgettable performances, her passing at age 79 stunned fans worldwide. But behind the glitz and glamour lies a deeply personal story few knew about. How did someone so vibrant and seemingly full of life disappear so suddenly? The truth about Diane Keaton's cause of death holds a series of emotional twists and touches on family, health, and the private battles she faced away from the spotlight. A defining figure in the making. Diane Keaton was the eldest of 4 children. Her mother, Dorothy Deanne Hall, was a homemaker and an amateur photographer, while her father, John Newton Hall, worked as a civil engineer and real estate broker. Diane's paternal grandmother was of Irish descent, and she was raised in a Free Methodist household by her mother. This upbringing instilled a strong sense of discipline and spirituality that subtly influenced her life and career. From a young age, Diane was inspired by her mother's triumph as Mrs. Los Angeles, fueling her passion for performance and the arts. Growing up in Orange County, she was actively involved in school productions, acting in plays, and singing. Diane graduated from Santa Ana High School in 1963, where she had already begun to develop her stage presence and artistic identity. Her early years showed a budding dedication to the craft that would later define her. After high school, Diane briefly attended Santa Ana College and Orange Coast College, focusing on acting studies. However, after only a year, she decided to leave college to pursue a theatrical career in New York City, fully committing herself to the uncertain world of performance arts. In choosing this path, she displayed a determination to develop her talent beyond the traditional academic setting and into the professional arena. Upon joining Actors Equity, the professional union for actors, she discovered that another actress was already registered under the name Diane Hall. To avoid confusion, she adopted her mother's maiden name, Keaton, as her stage name, a name that would eventually become iconic in Hollywood. This choice reflected both a practical necessity and a connection to her family roots. It gave her a distinct identity in the competitive acting world. Once in New York, Diane studied acting at the Neighborhood Playhouse under Sanford Meisner, renowned for his emotional truth and realism technique. This rigorous training helped shape her naturalistic style of acting, which would become a hallmark of her career. She quickly earned recognition in the theater community, culminating in her first big stage role as an understudy in the Broadway musical Hair in 1968. In a notable act of personal integrity and modesty, Diane refused to perform in an optional nude scene in Hair, a decision that won her early respect within the industry. This moment showed her willingness to stand by her principles, even as a young actress facing pressure to conform. Her performance and personal resolve propelled her toward greater opportunities on Broadway. Her breakout stage opportunity came with Woody Allen's 1969 play, Play It Again, Sam, in which she earned a Tony Award nomination for Best Featured Actress. Despite Allen's concerns about their noticeable height difference, Diane rose to the challenge, winning critical acclaim for her portrayal of Linda. This role marked the beginning of a long creative partnership that would define much of her early film career. From these early foundations, her familial influence, her disciplined training, and her strong will, Diane Keaton was poised to become a defining figure in American cinema. Her development reflected both her personal background and the vibrant theatrical culture of New York in the late 1960s. Her rise on stage naturally transitioned to her breakthrough in film, where she would soon become a household name. Rise to fame and breakthrough roles. Diane Keaton made her film debut in 1970 with the movie Lovers and Other Strangers, which introduced her to a wider audience beyond the stage. Her distinct presence and ability to portray complex characters quickly caught the attention of Hollywood directors. It was not long before her career skyrocketed with one of the most iconic casting choices of the era. Director Francis Ford Coppola cast Diane as Kay Adams in The Godfather in 1972, a role that proved her versatility and on-screen charisma. Coppola wanted Kay to serve as the eccentric but grounded foil to Michael Corleone, played by Al Pacino. Her portrayal brought a nuanced emotional depth to the character, balancing innocence and strength in a male-dominated world. The Godfather was a massive success, winning Best Picture at the Academy Awards and becoming the top-grossing film in 1972. This success catapulted Diane into the spotlight and solidified her status as a rising star. She reprised her role as Kay Adams 2 years later in The Godfather Part 2, portraying Michael Corleone's increasingly disillusioned wife with growing maturity. Around this time, Diane cultivated a lasting and fruitful creative relationship with Woody Allen, who often called her his muse. Throughout the 1970s, she appeared in several of his films, including the science fiction comedy Sleeper in 1973 and the satirical Love and Death in 1975. These projects showcased Diane's versatility in both light-hearted and more cerebral material. Her defining moment came with Allen's 1977 film Annie Hall, where she starred as the quirky and tomboyish title character. The role, complete with her signature oversized men's vests, ties, and hats, became a cultural phenomenon. Her performance earned her the Academy Award for Best Actress and established her fashion sense as a nationwide trend-setting force. Annie Hall transformed Diane from a respected actress into a cultural icon. Her unique, slightly offbeat style challenged Hollywood norms and inspired generations of fans and fashion enthusiasts. The film's commercial and critical highs cemented her place in cinematic history. As her fame grew, Diane adeptly navigated the challenges of stardom, balancing quirky humor and emotional vulnerability in her early film roles. These breakthrough performances laid a solid foundation for a career that would span decades and include a broad range of characters and genres. Her early film successes seamlessly flowed into a period marked by multiple awards and high-profile achievements. Award recognition and career highlights. Diane Keaton's talent was repeatedly recognized by the entertainment industry, as shown by her accumulation of prestigious awards and nominations throughout her career. She earned an Academy Award for Best Actress for Annie Hall and received several other Oscar nominations for films like Reds in 1981 and Marvin's Room in 1996. These acknowledgments affirmed her presence as a talented and versatile performer. Beyond the Oscars, she won a BAFTA British Academy Film Award and 2 Golden Globes, one for Annie Hall and another for Something's Got to Give in 2003. She garnered a dozen Golden Globe nominations overall, illustrating widespread appreciation for her work. Additionally, Diane was nominated twice for Emmy Awards for her television performances, showing her adaptability across different media. Her stage work also received critical acclaim, earning her a Tony Award nomination for Best Featured Actress in Play It Again, Sam, in 1971. This recognition underscored her theatrical roots and versatility as an artist comfortable in both film and live theater. Her consistent quality across platforms set her apart as a true powerhouse. Throughout the 1980s and 1990s, Diane balanced comedy and drama with skill. Her roles in political drama Reds and family comedies like Father of the Bride demonstrated her range. She often collaborated with director Nancy Meyers during this period, starring in hits such as Baby Boom and both Father of the Bride films, which were commercial successes. In the mid-1990s, Diane also expanded her talents to directing, debuting with Unstrung Heroes in 1995, and later directing Hanging Up 2000. Her work behind the camera showed her commitment to storytelling in multiple dimensions, proving her creative vision extended well beyond acting. This broadened her influence within the industry. Her achievements were celebrated beyond awards. In 1991, she was named Woman of the Year by Harvard's Hasty Pudding Theatricals. Lifetime achievement honors followed, including tributes from the Hollywood Film Awards in 2005 and the American Film Institute in 2017. These accolades acknowledged her enduring impact on film and culture. As her career matured, Diane continued taking roles that challenged her artistically, including the Netflix comedy Queenpins and voice work in Star Wars: The Bad Batch. Her ongoing willingness to explore new projects reflected a lifetime dedication to evolving as an artist. With a decorated career behind her, Diane's personal connections and family life remained deeply important, a topic that reveals much about the woman behind the legend. Personal life and family bonds. Beyond the spotlight, Diane Keaton's life was deeply intertwined with her family, which served as a grounding force throughout her career. She maintained close ties with her parents, especially her mother, Dorothy, who was a major influence on Diane's values and character. When her mother developed Alzheimer's in the 1990s, Diane took on the role of caregiver, standing by her side until Dorothy's passing in 2008. This difficult period inspired Diane to write about the experience in her memoirs, offering a heartfelt look at family devotion and loss. Diane's bond with her brother Randy was also significant. Randy struggled with mental illness throughout his life, and Diane was actively involved in his care until his death in 2021. These family challenges shaped Diane's private nature, making her more protective of her personal life despite her public career. The responsibility of caring for loved ones deepened her sense of humility and compassion, qualities reflected in many of her performances. Raised as a Free Methodist, Diane maintained a spiritual outlook, though she rarely spoke about organized religion publicly. This quieter faith seemed to guide her through personal hardships without drawing attention. Known for her privacy, Diane never married, despite several high-profile relationships with fellow actors like Al Pacino and Warren Beatty. She often expressed a preference for the freedom that came with being single. Instead of focusing on romantic relationships, Diane emphasized family and work as central to her life's meaning. In the mid-1990s, she adopted 2 children as a single woman: a daughter named Dexter, born in 1996, and a son named Duke, born in 2000. She credited motherhood with transforming her outlook, bringing new humility and purpose. Her children became a focal point of her later years, and she took great pride in being a devoted mother. Despite her evolving public image as a quirky and independent star, Diane's dedication to her family showed the deeply personal side often absent from headlines. Her strong family relationships provided an anchor amid the unpredictable nature of Hollywood life. These private bonds informed much of Diane's warmth and empathy, qualities noted by colleagues and fans alike. Her love for her family remained unwavering until her final days. Even as she achieved fame and success, Diane preferred to keep her family life out of the limelight, choosing modesty over publicity. This approach reflected a consistent resolve to separate her public persona from her personal reality. It also revealed the strength behind the scenes, strength born of enduring familial love and responsibility. Her story is a reminder that fame and private life often coexist in delicate balance. Throughout her career, Diane was known for portraying strong, independent women on screen, but it was her off-screen family commitments that truly defined her values. Family was not just a theme in her work, but a living part of her identity. These connections provided not only support, but also motivation for her continuing creative efforts. Diane's personal life and family bonds thus form a crucial chapter in understanding her fully. The importance of family extended beyond love and care to shaping Diane's resilience and outlook, which carried her through changing phases of her career. As she moved into her later years, this foundation remained central, even as her professional pursuits evolved. Her story invites us to look beyond the camera and appreciate the human being at the heart of an extraordinary life. Diane's personal life and strong family ties shaped her in ways that supported a rich later career filled with new projects and creative endeavors. Later, career and continued influence. In the 1990s and 2000s, Diane Keaton continued building on her successful film legacy with a mixture of roles that spanned comedy, drama, and directing. She starred opposite Warren Beatty in Reds in 1981, a politically charged drama that earned her another Academy Award nomination. This period demonstrated her willingness to tackle more serious material, balancing it with the lighter fare she was also known for. Diane found great success working with director Nancy Meyers on several popular comedies, including Baby Boom in 1987 and both Father of the Bride films in 1991 and 1995. These movies showcased her impeccable comedic timing and ability to connect with a broad audience. They reflected a maturing actress able to blend charm and humor with depth and relatability. Her work in the late 1990s also included directing ventures. She made her feature directing debut with Unstrung Heroes in 1995 and later directed Hanging Up in 2000. These projects allowed Diane to extend her storytelling beyond acting and into filmmaking leadership. Her transition to directing highlighted her desire to have greater creative control and explore narratives from behind the camera. Diane continued to receive recognition for her acting in later years, with roles such as in Marvin's Room in 1996, another Oscar-nominated performance that affirmed her dramatic capabilities. In 2003, she starred in Something's Got to Give, which brought her yet another Golden Globe win and Oscar nomination, illustrating her sustained relevance in Hollywood. These performances proved she could continue to captivate audiences across different genres and decades. As the new millennium progressed, Diane did not shy away from change. She embraced new formats, including voice acting, as seen in an animated cameo in Star Wars: The Bad Batch in 2023. Her final significant on-screen appearance was in the Netflix comedy Queenpins, also released in 2023, signaling a career that spanned over half a century. This longevity underscored her enduring appeal and professional vitality. In addition to screen performances, Diane explored new creative outlets. In December of 2024, she surprised fans with the release of a holiday song titled First Christmas, her first single. Even in her late 70s, she was willing to experiment and share new facets of her artistry, revealing a playful and adventurous spirit. Her active social media presence in 2025, including posts celebrating her pet dog, kept her connected with a devoted fan base. Throughout her later career, Diane balanced acting with her personal passions, maintaining a consistent presence without compromising her privacy. She chose projects that resonated personally and professionally, demonstrating a careful and intentional approach to her work. This phase of her career reflected both confidence gained from experience and a continuing hunger for creative fulfillment. As Diane moved through her 70s, she remained a respected and beloved figure in the industry, inspiring younger generations of actors and filmmakers. Her willingness to evolve and adapt was a testament to her dedication and love for the craft. The influence she cultivated during these years would continue to ripple through Hollywood and popular culture. While her career thrived, Diane's distinctive personal style and business ventures became equally significant, rounding out her legacy in unexpected ways. Public image and business ventures. Diane Keaton's distinctive personal style became as famous as her acting career, influencing fashion trends for decades. She popularized a look inspired by menswear, often appearing in oversized vests, wide trousers, ties, and signature hats. This style, which began with her Annie Hall character, broke traditional norms for women's fashion and cemented her status as a style icon. Journalists repeatedly praised her independent spirit, reflected through these unconventional wardrobe choices. Beyond clothing, Diane cultivated a reputation for being an aesthete, with a keen eye for design and historic preservation. She became an accomplished photographer, focusing particularly on doors and storefronts, subjects she described as hauntingly beautiful. Her photography was exhibited and published in several books, revealing her artistic talents extended well beyond the screen. This side of her creativity allowed Diane to express herself visually in a way that complemented her acting. Diane also built a successful entrepreneurial career, leveraging her passion for real estate and architecture. Over many years, she purchased, restored, and sold numerous architecturally significant homes, mainly in California. These ventures were both a business pursuit and a reflection of her love for design. Her investments helped her amass substantial wealth and demonstrated her savvy beyond entertainment. Her influence further extended to branded product lines, where she lent her name and style to home decor, clothing collections, and wines. These partnerships brought Diane's elegant and quirky taste to fans in everyday life. Her ability to translate her artistic vision into business ventures showcased an astute understanding of branding and market appeal. Throughout her career, Diane admitted to being careful with her finances, emphasizing the importance of saving from her earliest paychecks. By 2025, her net worth was estimated at around $100 million, a testament to decades of success on screen and in business. This financial security was the result of smart management and diverse income streams, from acting and directing to property investments and endorsements. Her public image combined glamour with approachability. She was rarely seen without her trademark hats and menswear-inspired outfits, creating a persona that was at once stylish and wholly authentic. This consistent personal brand helped Diane maintain relevance across generations, making her a beloved figure not only for her roles, but also for her individuality. Her style was inseparable from her identity. Yet, despite her public visibility, Diane remained a private person who carefully managed her public and private worlds. This balance extended into her professional choices, where she selected projects that allowed her creative expression without compromising personal privacy. Her image was thus a carefully curated mix of visibility and discretion, something few in Hollywood managed to sustain. As her career progressed into her 70s, Diane's public presence remained influential not just through films, but also through her creative endeavors and entrepreneurial activities. These multifaceted pursuits enriched her legacy, showing the depth and breadth of her talents. She became a symbol not only of Hollywood success, but also of artistic reinvention. Diane Keaton's wide-ranging interests and meticulous approach to business set the stage for how she would manage her health and privacy in her final years, a topic often protected from the public eye. Health, final years, and privacy. In the years leading up to her death, Diane Keaton maintained a level of public engagement while closely guarding her personal health details. Reports and media coverage emphasized that she had never publicly disclosed any significant illness, a fact that surprised many when news of her passing in October 2025 broke. The lack of prior public health announcements contributed to the shock felt by fans and colleagues alike. Diane's final public activities reflected her enduring creativity and vitality. In December 2024, she released a holiday song titled First Christmas, marking a new artistic venture at age 78. She remained active on social media, sharing personal moments such as celebrating her pet dog in early 2025. These glimpses suggested a woman embracing life fully, even at an advanced age. Her last screen appearances came in 2023 with the Netflix comedy Queen Pins and as a voice actor in the animated Star Wars series The Bad Batch. Choosing to work on these projects into her late 70s showcased a sustained professional commitment. Yet she managed to keep much of her private life away from public scrutiny, maintaining boundaries cherished throughout her career. Friends and colleagues mourned her passing publicly, offering tributes that highlighted her warmth, humor, and the kindness she extended to those around her. The tributes underscored her reputation as not only an exceptional actress, but also as a genuinely beloved person within the industry. This respect was a reflection of both her talent and her character. Diane's family requested privacy following her death, honoring her lifelong preference to separate personal matters from public attention. The decision to withhold the official cause of death respected this boundary and kept intimate details within her close circle. It also fueled speculation, but no confirmed medical explanation was ever released. Throughout her final years, Diane's spiritual outlook and deeply rooted family connections likely provided strength and comfort. Though rarely discussed publicly, her Free Methodist upbringing and close care for family members illustrated a quietly resilient foundation. These elements shaped how she faced life's challenges, especially in private moments away from the spotlight. Her death at 79 came as a surprise, reinforcing the theme that behind celebrity glamour lies a complex human story often hidden from view. Diane's health and final years highlight the delicate balance she maintained between sharing her gift with the world and protecting what was most personal to her. Her passing marked the end of an era for fans and friends alike. As the world reflected on her legacy, critics and film historians revisited her transformative roles that defined American cinema for decades. From her early collaborations with Woody Allen to her later work in romantic comedies and ensemble dramas, Keaton's versatility became a benchmark for generations of actors. Her distinctive fashion sense, marked by turtlenecks, tailored suits, and iconic hats, remained a symbol of individuality and confidence, influencing style long beyond her screen presence. In retrospectives aired after her death, commentators noted how her authenticity both on and off camera shaped a more relatable vision of womanhood in Hollywood. Beyond her cinematic achievements, Diane's contributions as a photographer, author, and preservationist stood as testaments to her multifaceted artistry. Her books, including reflections on architecture and personal memory, revealed an introspective voice that resonated deeply with readers. She championed historic home restoration in Los Angeles, quietly investing in cultural preservation projects. These pursuits underscored her belief that creativity extended beyond performance. It was a way of seeing the world with appreciation and care. In remembering Diane Keaton, admirers celebrate not only a legendary actress, but a woman whose life embodied courage, authenticity, and an enduring love for art in all its forms. Cause of death and legacy. Diane Keaton's passing on October 11, 2025, at the age of 79, sent shockwaves through Hollywood and among her admirers around the world. The announcement came unexpectedly, as no prior reports indicated any illness or health struggles. Her family, honoring her lifelong preference for privacy, released a brief statement requesting space to grieve, offering no official cause of death. This discretion reflected Diane's characteristic humility. She had always preferred her work, not her personal circumstances, to command attention. For many, the absence of details made her loss feel all the more sudden, an echo of her enigmatic charm that had long captivated audiences. In the days that followed, tributes poured in from across the entertainment industry. Colleagues, friends, and fans celebrated not just her career, but the authenticity and courage that defined her both on and off screen. Ben Stiller described her as a true original who never followed trends. She made them, while director Paul Feig called her one of the most fearless and generous artists Hollywood has ever known. Social media overflowed with memories, favorite film scenes, and heartfelt reflections from those inspired by her intelligence, humor, and unwavering individuality. Her ability to connect with audiences through vulnerability and wit was universally remembered as her defining gift. Keaton is survived by her two children, Dexter and Duke, whom she adopted as a single mother in the 1990s. They were, by all accounts, the center of her world. Friends often remarked on her devotion to them and how motherhood reshaped her perspective on success and meaning. In interviews, Diane had described her family life as her greatest role, one that grounded her amid the often chaotic world of Hollywood. Her relationships with her siblings and extended family also remained strong, forming a quiet but steadfast network of love and support throughout her life. Her creative legacy is vast and enduring. Over more than 5 decades, Diane Keaton built one of the most distinctive careers in film history, with performances that blurred the lines between comedy and drama, vulnerability and strength. From the neurotic charm of Annie Hall to the tender maturity of Something's Gotta Give, her characters embodied complexity, self-awareness, and emotional honesty. She became a symbol of intelligent female independence, paving the way for a generation of actresses to portray women as multifaceted, self-possessed, and unapologetically unique. Critics have often credited her with redefining the romantic comedy archetype, infusing it with introspection and humanity. Beyond acting, Diane's influence radiated through multiple creative spheres. Her signature fashion, oversized suits, turtlenecks, and bowler hats became a statement of confidence and self-expression, challenging Hollywood's conventional ideas of glamour. As a photographer, author, and design enthusiast, she extended her artistry into architecture, interior design, and even publishing, sharing her love of restoration and visual storytelling. These pursuits reflected her lifelong curiosity and refusal to be confined to one identity or medium. To her admirers, she represented the modern Renaissance woman, curious, independent, and endlessly evolving. Film historians and cultural critics continue to regard Diane Keaton as a rare figure who managed to reinvent herself with each decade while remaining unmistakably herself. Whether portraying heartbreak, joy, or self-discovery, she brought a luminous truth to every role. Her performances never relied on artifice. Instead, they mirrored the awkwardness, humor, and poignancy of real life. This sincerity, coupled with her impeccable comedic timing, made her one of the most beloved and enduring performers in American cinema. Her passing marked the close of an extraordinary chapter in film history, but her presence endures through her movies, her books, and the artists she inspired. Each rewatch of Manhattan, Reds, or The Family Stone offers not just nostalgia, but a renewed appreciation for her emotional intelligence and artistry. Younger generations continue to discover her work, finding in her characters a reflection of timeless human truth. That life is best lived with authenticity, courage, and a touch of eccentricity. Ultimately, Diane Keaton's story is not merely one of cinematic triumph, but of personal integrity and reinvention. From her early days in New York theater to her global acclaim as an Oscar-winning actress, she charted a path defined by authenticity and creative freedom. As the world remembers her, we are reminded that her greatest performance was being herself, a woman of grace, humor, and fearless individuality. Her legacy, like her spirit, will never fade. Diane Keaton's story is one of passion, resilience, and profound impact across film and culture. Her legacy reminds us of the power of authenticity and reinvention. If you found this tribute meaningful, please like and subscribe for more engaging stories about the lives behind the legends.